Alrighty kids, today we're going to be talking about cursed cannonballs. And no, that's not some new pirate STD. Ahoy ahoy, Captain Jesse Tattoo here, and welcome aboard. Today we're talking about cannonballs, cursed cannonballs, coming with the cursed sails. Now, Joe Neate has stated in an interview,
these cursed crews are bringing in cursed cannonballs, and so for the duration of kind of the time-limited campaign, they're going to be using them on you guys, and then after that, they're going to leave them behind in the world for everyone as kind of emergent stuff to find in the world.
So for the first 2 weeks, during the event of the cursed sails, only the cursed ships will be able to use the cursed cannonballs. So we gotta wait 2 weeks of getting bombarded with these things before we can get our own hands on them.
2 weeks? Excuse me? 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Now calm your cannons, ladies and gentlemen. We can wait 2 weeks of getting used to the effects of this before we start unleashing it on other players. Now, in this same interview, Joe has unleashed the fact that there are at least 2 classes of these new cannonballs, or families, if you will. There's ones that affect ships, and there's ones that affect players.
Some will affect the ship that you hit, and some will affect the crew on that ship that you hit.
Now, let's just start this in order, as Joe had stated, and let's talk about the first one. Now, we don't know the names of any of these, so this is very speculative here, but we've got a couple of possibilities. It's either going to be a chainball, ghost ball, or a spirit ball, something like that. Now, this is what we know this ball does. This one will disable the rudder and disable you from steering your ship for who knows, 30 seconds, a minute, something. Now, I believe that, like everything in this game, it's going to be very visual. It's going to be very obvious what just happened to your ship. So, there's one of a couple of possibilities here. Number 1, you just get your wheel chained up, just like the ferryman's wheel. Like, ghost or spectral chains of some sort. Or the turnbuckle thing here for the anchor. Kind of like these. Number 2 possibility, you just straight up get a ghost captain. Again, kind of like the ferryman, where he just kicks you off and takes over and starts laughing. And steers you where he wants for, again, 30 seconds, a minute, whatever the developers decide. Now, right off the bat, just losing your steering for a few minutes or a minute isn't the biggest worst thing in the world, and comparing it to one of the other balls that they've mentioned, I feel it's a little underpowered, so I'm going to try to bump it up here in just pure theory here for a second. But what if it's a straight up cursed ball that curses your ship with a cursed captain, and spirits damage your ship, kind of like when you're in the red zone off the side of the map, where just damage goes bam, bam, and you just take some damage and you gotta repair it fast. Or better yet, you can't repair it. It's ghost damage, and during the time of this effect, all you can do is bail water and pray to whatever god you believe in. And next we have the almighty crew-affecting grog ball. And yes, it's just what it sounds like. It gets the whole crew drunk.
And it could affect crews. It's like the grog ball, which is one of my personal favourite. You can probably imagine what that does.
Yes.
Which basically just gets everyone pissed on the opposition ship. And so then they're in the middle of a battle, all drunk, trying to fire cannons, trying not to fall off. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, the grog ball is going to be both a ton of fun and a giant pain in the ass. This thing is... I don't believe it's going to be the same exact effect as getting drunk by drinking. I believe it's going to be a toned down version and probably not last as long. I believe you'll still be able to use the cannons and still walk around, but a lot more wobbly. I feel like it's just going to be a toned down, maybe a half drunk, as it were. Because they don't want it to be completely overpowered, where you hit the enemy and they just fall off the ship and can do nothing anymore. That's way too overpowered. and all the little pirate babies will cry and cry about it. Now, that's the only 2 confirmed cursed cannonballs that Joe has let out of the bag, so to speak. However, I've heard a little rumor going around about a plague or rat ball. Get this, a ball made out of plagued rats or whatever that hit your ship, infest your ship, and they gnaw at your supplies, eat your bananas, degrade your boards, and I guess eat your cannonballs? But whatever. Half your supplies. Getting hit by the plague ball halves your supplies. Half is a nice, fair number. It'll never completely screw you over, but it hurts. You do not want to get hit by this ball. Now again, this is a bit of speculation, a bit of research, so this is not a confirmed one, and there's a couple other balls people have talked about on this same note, like explosive ball, like a gunpowder ball, as it were, that does more damage, or a party ball, kind of like the disco ball in Fortnite. Oh my god, not like Fortnite. Please don't make this game into Fortnite. Oh my god. But one that makes you dance and be merry and play music, and, you know, similar to the grog ball. It might even be integrated with the grog ball. The party ball might just be the same thing. Now, I've talked about this before too. There's also rumors of skeleton balls, ones that actually puts a skeleton on your ship that you now have to fight a skeleton member on your deck for a moment. So there's so many possibilities with these cursed cannonballs. And I, for one, I'm pretty darn excited about this. It's going to really change the dynamics of the game quite a bit. Now, another thing we need to talk about here for a second is storage of these cannonballs. Now, I, for one, do not believe that you're going to be able to get a new container on the ship for these. I don't believe you're going to be able to store large amounts of these. I believe that they're going to make it as fair and rare as possible so that each pirate can only hold one cursed cannonball. Now, do not carve this in stone. I do not have concrete proof of this information, but this makes sense. Think about this for a second. Even if you could have 2, that means that potentially a ship that you could come across could have 8 cursed cannonballs to shoot at you. That's insanity. That's way OP. I feel 1 cannonball per player is fair. And that way you also have to kind of choose, because there's going to be multiple cannonball types. So you're going to have to pick which one you want to pack with you, which one you feel is going to help you get your pirating done the best. So I don't believe there's going to be a new cursed cannonball locker or a new inventory tab. There's lots of spaces in the inventory. I believe it's just going to be a single spot for a cursed cannonball. Now, if you like this kind of speculation, have I got another channel to direct you to? I gotta direct you to my boy Falcor Gaming. He has been doing a lore series that has been just had me mesmerized. Is that proper English? I don't think so. I'm gonna go with it. Anyway, you gotta check this out. He's digging deep into the lore of the paintings and stuff. It's actually very cool. Again, I'll put the links below. Go check them out. And if you do go check them out, make sure that you tell them that I sent you from my Cannonball video. Right on. Don't forget to like my video while you're here before you run away. And subscribe if you're not already part of the deck crew. Or whatever. I don't know. I haven't really come up with a good name for that yet. Maybe you can let me know in the comments below for a good name for the crew of followers or subscribers or whatever. That sounds lame. We got to come up with something better than that. Anyway, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.